This is a short video of my construction of the classical guitar. One of the unique things about this guitar is that I've moved the sound hole from the center of the guitar under the strings to the upper left bout on the bass side. The reason I did this is so the player will have a greater opportunity to hear the sensitivity and dynamics of the instrument while it is being played. The other unique thing about this guitar is that I have used a double top construction method to build the top of the guitar, which I will explain in upcoming slides. In constructing the double top guitar, I used a material called Nomex. In its raw form, Nomex is a honeycomb material that is very easily ripped or torn when handled. However, once an adhesive, in this case I used West System epoxy, is applied to the Nomex, which is then adhered to the thin top plates, the Nomex becomes a very strong, durable, yet lightweight material that is perfect for making a very lightweight soundboard. In fact, after the top is put together, it ends up being approximately the same thickness and dimension as a solid wood top, yet is very lightweight and very durable. Once the Nomex is applied with epoxy to the top plates, I then place the entire assembly into the vacuum clamp. Vacuum clamping does an excellent job of ensuring that I get a complete and uniform clamp while the epoxy cures. This ensures that there will be no loose Nomex when attached to the soundboard, and therefore you don't have to worry about any sort of rattling or odd noises once you string the guitar up and start playing. This particular guitar top was made out of 4 pieces of Spanish cedar. That concerned me in the beginning because most guitar tops are traditionally made with only 2 pieces of material. However, using the Nomex, the epoxy, and the vacuum clamping, I was assured of a strong, solid, durable top. You will note in the photograph that the thickness of the top appears to be that of a standard softwood guitar top. This is a photograph of the guitar top on edge. You will see the very thin plates of the top. They're approximately 1/64 of an inch thick. And then you'll see sandwiched in between the honeycomb Nomex material. That sandwich is what makes an incredibly strong, lightweight top for this classical guitar. This photograph shows a picture of the completed top. It's easy to see the 4 pieces of narrow material that was used to put this top together. Normally, this is not the method used to construct a guitar top. However, as I said in the previous slide, with the Nomex sandwiched in between using the epoxy, it's an incredibly strong, lightweight soundboard. The top has now been attached to the rims. Here you will see in this photograph my bracing structure. I basically used the Kasha design for bracing the top of this guitar. The Kasha design is a very lightweight style of bracing and takes advantage of allowing the top to be a little looser than normal, which produces a very resonant soundboard. You'll notice that there's no bridge plate on this sound bracing. That's because with the Nomex material being sandwiched in between the 2 thin soundboards, it's strong enough to withstand the torque and the pull of the nylon classical guitar strings. I believe that the back of the guitar assists in sound production of the instrument. Because of this, I wanted to create a lightweight back and bracing structure so the back could help contribute to the overall sound of the instrument. Because the back is also 4 pieces and it's a thin material, I decided to use a radial bracing structure. This structure is a lightweight bracing design and allows the back to be a little bit looser than normal so that it can resonate as well, aiding in sound production of the instrument. With the back complete, I then attached the back to the rims. I tied a series of road cycle inner tube tires together to create a rope clamp. I then took the rope clamp and pulled it around and around the mold and up and over the top of the back, creating an effective clamp for the back to the rims. The guitar is now complete. This is a photograph of the back of the guitar. I used French polish to finish the instrument. The bindings, the end cap, the headstock veneer, the fingerboard, the material around the inlay of the sound hole, and the bridge are all made from rosewood. This is a close-up of the sound hole. When I was younger, I used to play with the spirograph. Drawing inspiration from the spirograph, I designed this sound hole rosette to mirror what I used to draw with the spirograph. The inlay is approximately 1/32 of an inch thick, and after cutting the channels for the inlay, I then placed the rosewood material in the channels, and once the glue was dry, planed it flush with the top. I also cut the fingerboard to complement the circle and make a very contemporary looking guitar. Next, you are going to hear a couple of sound clips from this guitar. I hope you enjoy listening to the instrument as much as I enjoy creating it.